Good morning, party people.
Okay. Welcome to the Breakdown. I'm Nath. This is Johnny.
It wasn't the best good morning, party people, but you know what? Let's try something different. Today we're going to try something that's not too different because we've checked its band out before, and you guys always request STARSET when they drop something new.
I do see a lot of requests for that. This is Shattered Dreams.
I think they're one of those bands that have like a really strong cult following.
They have 1.14 million subscribers.
It's a decent amount.
It's 10 times more than us.
Did you like what I ended up doing with the thrice one? Like you see our thumbnail for the thrice albatross reaction. It's Nathan's head on a flying albatross.
I mean, that is what I asked you to do. So
yes,
you nailed it. You did exactly what I asked.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. You guys, I don't know. We don't always share this, but the way we put our thumbnails up is generally we watch the video, and then at the end of it, Johnny and I just talk about what dumb thing can we do that's not clickbait. It's just something stupid for our own entertainment.
Pretty much. And if you watch the highlight reel that we put up of one recording session, we were having a day.
We were having a day?
We were having a day.
Johnny's like, gonna cut it off. The song was called Run It, and Johnny was convinced it was called Cut, so he kept saying, I'm gonna have scissors, or I'm gonna have a chopping block, and it wasn't relevant.
Anyway, that's what we do for our thumbnails. We do actually put effort into it, so it was kind of disheartening to see people whinging when we used AI to do a couple of little things to make something funny that we couldn't do with photo. So pull your finger out of your bums and stop being absolute dingle holes.
I do like the fact you talk about AI, and these guys have a whole video kind of like mocking AI.
Yeah.
So that's funny. Good timing.
Good timing.
Looks like Twilight.
It looks like Untamed.
So much for your promises. They died the day you let me go. Caught up in a web of lies, but it was just too late to know.
Dude, I don't know if I'm way off the mark here, but that vocal melody and the style of it gives me such 80's synth pop rock vibes, like bands like Genesis. Like it sounds like something like Phil Collins would release. Even the vocal melody is very reminiscent of that sort of stuff.
All I can hear is Susudio in my head right now, and that's a banger.
Dude, but Phil Collins had so many bangers.
Yeah, so good. But that's not helping back up your thoughts. So I'm going to listen for it now, and hopefully I can get that out of my head.
All right.
I thought it was you who would stand by my side.
It's like Harry Potter.
And now you've given me nothing but shattered dreams.
Dude, this is a cover.
What?
This is a cover.
Of what?
Of a fucking song from the 80's, or this chorus at least. Where does it say? Can we... Do you not know this song?
No. But I can I'll look it up.
All right. Fucking no wonder it sounds like an 80's song. It is. That's it.
So bright, I dreamt the impossible, that maybe things would work out right. I thought it was you who would do.
That looks like a fun jar of stuff. I want that jar of stuff.
It's by Johnny Hates Jazz.
Is that his name?
Yeah, that's the artist. That's the original.
Okay.
I don't know this song.
You don't. I can't believe you've never heard it. It was a big song. When was it released?
I was 2 in the 80s.
Yeah, but when was this released? I'm just curious.
81 or 82, 93.
93. What? Oh well, it still sounds like an 80s song. Fuck you,
Wait, this
93.
says 88. Oh, I don't know. 87? What?
We have so much
87.
information!
It's 1987. Yeah, it came out when I was -1. And you were 14, I'm pretty sure.
People also ask, is Johnny Hates Jazz a one-hit wonder? Apparently, according to Nathan, he's a no-hit wonder. Anyway, let's keep going. STARSET fans
Sorry,
will be like,
STARSET.
watch that video!
Yeah, we'll talk about it after.
Boom. Full tone.
I do love his voice.
Yeah.
From this empty heart. From this empty heart. From this empty
This music video looks really cool. It's a really interesting style.
Yeah.
Now you've given it.
The color is fucking cool.
Shattered dreams, feel like I could run away from this empty heart. No, you said you'd die for me. You said you'd die
Connection.
for me.
That's like Harry Potter as well, with the things dragging him under. Too many influences.
Maybe he's a Harry Potter fan. Ooh, Harry Potter. I liked that. I know the song. I don't know if it was a complete cover.
I didn't love it.
When your 80s, favourite 80s music meets your favourite modern band. Oh, when you love 80s music.
Yeah,
STARSET
everyone
80s
says
covers.
cover.
Yeah. Yeah, cool.
Could have read the comments to find out who it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't love that. That was not for me.
Okay.
I found that one a little boring.
Oh,
And I really like his voice. There was a few little things in there, and I can kind of like bop along to it the whole time, but I would never be like, oh, I could listen to that again. I could definitely leave that again. For me personally.
All right, cool. Yeah, I mean, I liked it. I have always liked that song. I really liked that chorus. But musically, the song was a little bit flat.
Yeah, it's
It
just
didn't
it was
really
a bit
do a whole lot.
repetitive.
Also, like, they've kind of made it their own because it's
I
got
don't know
that,
the original.
because
So
it's
that's the
got
thing
that
that's
stuff.
maybe also adding to it.
Yeah, but I would have liked maybe a little bit more adventure in the cover, the switch up.
Pizzazz?
Just don't say jazz. Johnny hates jazz, apparently.
Very good.
Yeah, so not my favourite thing by them. I did like hearing their rendition of it. Had no idea it was a cover to start with. So, but it just sounded so familiar. And then when the chorus kicked in,
It did have and also like just the synth and stuff was so 80s-esque. I could see how that made you think that way.
yeah,
Uh,
I love the music
We've
video.
talked about this before. I don't think the 80s is that great. I think it's the worst decade for music.
I don't think it's the worst, but we're probably a little bit different because when I was a kid and I grew up around my
The
parents.
1920s. You're old.
Your little stab today was fun on your story.
I had a few people like
Yeah.
Jack from Void wrote back being like, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Someone asked, how Johnny and I met. And I was like, met at a house party when I was 18. And we bonded over a love of Ryan Reynolds. But I also put in there
in
that Johnny
brackets, in really small writing,
Johnny was 42 at the time.
It was very good, very good. Got a chuckle. I don't know if I agree that the 80s was the worst time period, but like I was
What's the
saying,
worst time period?
well, it can't be the 90s.
Wasn't the 90s? Can't be the fucking 70s. The 60s, the Beatles.
I think that, it's hard though, because the 60s was the birth of so much.
I know.
think.
That's what I'm saying. The 80s sucked. Like, it wasn't... Sorry, the 80s is not a bad time for music, but it's the worst time for music.
The 80s was like really where we started getting some like where true metal started coming out.
Yeah, you got thrash and a few bands, but they refined their sound in the 90s.
And hair metal, we got the Motley Crue era and Gunners and all
But
that.
even then, that's the very beginning of it. They got better in the 90s. At the very start of the 90s, they got better. The 80s, when it was playing, not the best.
Okay, I think except for the fact if I'm going to be unbiased, I think the 2000s was the worst period for music.
Fucking, we got Linkin Park.
No, let me finish.
Okay.
If I'm not being biased and taking out the fact that like so many of my favorite bands came from them because that was like the birth of metalcore, screamo and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of like, except for a few outliers like Linkin Park, I guess maybe Foo Fighters, but they're arguably still a 90s band. I think that's when we got like the worst stuff from bands like Green Day and Foo Fighters. And I think that like pop music,
I would disagree. I think
pop and rap was fucking atrocious in 2000s, and guitar-driven music, unless you were a part of the metalcore emo screamo scene, it went down into nothing.
I disagree with that. I think that the I was going to look up what are the top 50 songs from the two.
See, I don't think you're going to like what you find because
I'm curious because I'm happy to be like, oh, that all sucks, but
what do we got?
oh, there's some bangers in here, mate. There are some bangers in here.
Look, it's so. To me now,
This is the thing. It's your bias is against this. These songs are more influential than most of the 80s stuff.
I mean, like, we did have some good rock ones, like Mr. Brightside.
Mr. Brightside? That's a fucking all-time banger.
Yeah, but see,
Numb,
now...
Yellow, In the End, Complicated Alphabet, Seven Nation Army.
I disagree, man. Now, when I hear, like, songs like Coldplay Yellow and Boulevard of Broken Dreams and what was the other one? Mr. Brightside, they have now become songs that were the only real big rock songs then, so they're so overplayed, and when you hear them, you're just like, oh, this one again. And I feel like...
You've got Clint Eastwood by the Gorillaz. You got Gold Digger Honey. Rap really found it. You got Lose Yourself by Eminem, which is known as the greatest rap song of all time.
Oh, well, that's going to anger some people.
No, that's like it's been voted the greatest rap song of all time. Really? There's a thing with it. I think we talked about it before. In the rap thing in it, we're done with this video, in case you hadn't noticed.
Sorry, STARSET.
There's a thing in that where these, like, rap guys, I don't know who they were, they're all very famous rappers, sit down and they're talking about it and they're like, the flow in Lose Yourself, he's like, normally it goes like, ba-da, 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 bum.
Yeah.
Ba-da, 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 bum. In that one, it goes, ba-bom, 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 ba-bom. And then after a while, it goes, boom, 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 boom,
yeah,
boom.
Eminem's
like,
great for that.
He had a way of just flowing the entire thing.
Yeah.
I actually sort of think the other day as well that was, they recorded another version of it that he just forgot about. And he's like, you better lose yourself in the music, the boom. Apparently it wasn't exactly like that. And you're like, imagine if the first song had to come out. It still had a lot of the same verses, but the chorus is a bit different, would have had the same impact. Right. But they're like...
Because where he puts his accents is really interesting as a rapper.
Wild.
Yeah, his cadences and things, they're always changing from section to section, which is really cool.
Now,
but yeah, that to me is my least favourite. Like all the Jay-Z and Beyonce and Rihanna.
But that's your bias kicking in there. That's not you saying it's more influential overall, and that's what I'm saying. I think overall, I went up here. There are some huge songs in the 80s.
Yeah.
But as a whole, I don't think like you got Billie Jean.
Oh
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson,
Like
Madonna.
a Virgin.
Come on.
I'm not saying they're not huge. They are huge songs. But I'm saying overall, we got more strong music out of the 90s, 2000s, 70s, 60s, 50s, maybe not 50s because I don't know it that well, than
Yeah.
the 80s. I say in the last 6 years, the 80s is the decade where music was the worst of all of it.
Yeah, but like in terms of like bangers or whatever, but I think that
We should be
the
saving this for on stage.
music in the 2000s was not as well written. I don't think that the
Well,
music
that was the
as
first
well-
time where
well
it
written.
stopped being
It was so
single songwriter, band
Yeah,
writer,
it
and
was
had like
so-
7 people writing songs.
Yeah, it was all just producers, and I
But
just
that's not your
yeah.
style of music. It impacted more people. There's songs there that I think are bigger than anything else. Like you look at how many plays some of those would have, because they're before streaming as well. They
True.
would have the same, if not higher.
That's interesting.
views
I
than
wonder
some-
how many of those 80 songs like Billie Jean and that their like streams would be astronomical because people are like, I can finally listen to it because it reaches a wider
Yeah.
demographic and wider generational sort of reach. I wonder how many of those have astronomical views. We should do like something like this for bonus content at some point for
See you guys next
Patreon.
time. We're distracted.
Peace.